Hey, what's going on, Cancer? How are you? Cancer, this is the second half of September, so we're making it through. This is going to be the reading for the second half of September 2018. How did the first half of September go for you? I hope so. I hope it went well. Were you guys able to set some positive intentions for this last new moon that we just had a couple of days ago? All right, Cancer, let's see what we have coming during the second half of September. What are some things that Cancer needs to be aware of, pay attention to? That's a little bit of what's they got going on, Cancer. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's the part, Cancer. All right, Cancer, I do appreciate you being patient with me as I get your cards laying out. Cancer, what do we got? What do we got? All right, Cancer. So I see that you guys are coming through the second half of September as the Six of Swords in reverse. So for a lot of you Cancers, with the Six of Swords, this does talking about, moving away from, it talks about moving away from negative thinking patterns, moving away from, the types of ideals that keep you in a state of unrest, and you actually moving towards, a calmer state of mind, right? Well, with you guys being here in reverse, Cancer, I feel like for a lot of you, some of you are just maybe not ready to actually quite take that step just yet. I do feel like a lot of you do recognize that, that the way that you have been thinking about situations may be a little bit frantic, or maybe there might be certain ideals that are around you. Maybe people are feeding you different ideas that just kind of have you feeling, maybe not necessarily most confident. And then for some of you, I just also kind of just feel like, you're just really just choosing to not move forward in bettering your judgment towards things. Like for some of you, you're maybe choosing to be a little bit more stagnant. Okay? But at any rate, Cancer, I do see that you guys aren't necessarily feeling in general like you're making any progress towards a better state of mind. And for some of you, that could be by choice. For a lot of you, I just feel here with the Two of Swords here coming up in its upright position. For a lot of you, this is indicative of you saying, okay, well, there could be pros and cons both to, trying to maybe leave a particular situation or leave, a particular mind frame. There's a lot of unknown variables that makes it really hard for you to choose. And I just feel like for a lot of you, maybe somebody it is possible that somebody may even have you feeling that there's only, a certain amount of choices that you have to choose from. And that's kind of why you're a little bit of in a frantic state of mind. Okay, with the Six of Pentacles being here, I feel like some of you Cancers right now could be experiencing you do feel like, where you are at is a pretty stable environment. You feel like it's stable enough for the people that you're responsible to. Maybe you're choosing to stay in this environment because, some of you, do have children, and you're feeling like, okay, well, you're ready, you're willing to sacrifice, a bit of your own peace of mind, or a bit of your own happiness, in order for, your child to have a stable home environment. For some of you, you could be saying that, you are having a hard time with either leaving an environment or keeping the status quo. And I feel like a lot of you are just trying to keep the status quo, Cancer. Okay, with the Eight of Wands here being in reverse, I do feel like there is communication, or maybe there isn't. There is communication between the people that are around you, and the people in your environment, or just for some of you guys, like it's the things that you tell yourself. But I really just feel like this is like I do see it as back and forth communication, and with this, I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with this. Like maybe the communication back and forth for some of you, like you're able to communicate with the person in your environment, and one day, like, okay, they're saying all these beautiful sweet things to you, and then on the next day, they can be kind of harsh, and you don't know how to approach them in the situation, but you do know that for whatever reason, again, you are choosing to stay there because of, I think that, like I said, you don't want to disrupt the status quo there. Okay, and with the Ace of Wands being here in reverse, this could indicate for a lot of you Cancers that right now you do feel like you could be like missing out on certain opportunities by, choosing to stay where you are. And this again does bring up the exact reason for the Two of Swords here, and the reasons why you're having such a hard time with moving forward to a more clearer mindset. Is because in one instance you know that you have a lot that can hold you back here as far as maybe responsibilities, but on the other hand here is like this is something that you want to do, but I just feel like you're purposely turning away the opportunity to maintain a certain livelihood or structure for the people that are around you and in your environment. And I do see here the Two of Cups here in reverse. So what this is telling me here, that right now in your environment, Cancer, this could indicate that there is somebody romantically linked to you in your environment right now that, maybe this person like really does do it for you, like on a more romantic level. But at the same time, maybe this person is also just more of an ideal necessarily than somebody you can get attached to, Cancer. For some of you also, I feel like this is, us saying here that, you're really feeling unfulfilled in this situation because, like I said, you aren't necessarily really in it for love. It's more for practicalities, and not necessarily for passion. For some of you, this could be, for a lot of you Cancers, you may be in a situation that with your partner, or with, like maybe a current job, or just, like your current living situation, you're just not completely happy with where you've gotten to at this point in that situation. And so I just kind of feel like right now you, in a way, I'm not going to say you don't have respect for your situation or for your partners, but I just feel like in a way it's just like you just don't look at them with, the fire burning spark. It's just like it's a dud for some of you. It's a dud for some of you. And the struggle is, should you leave that situation and follow your own passions and your own dreams, which of course would be this being in reverse, or being back upright with that? Or do you sit here and stay in this, stagnant kind of a funk almost, as long as, you're not upsetting the status quo, Cancer? So that's kind of heavy there. And I'm showing here with the Nine of Wands, what you're afraid of is that, you are going to be always like on guard. I feel like with this coming up right here, this person, they have accomplished a lot and they have overcome a lot. So the choice that you make, whatever choice that you make, Cancer, whether it is choosing to stay or choosing to actually leave, or switch up the particular mind frame that you're in to, just kind of kick things into the next gear and maybe even find love for some of you single Cancers out there. I feel like with this person is like, he's guarded, but at the same time, he has a reason to be guarded because he's been through some things, or she has been through some things, and I feel like this person has like a fence up around them, but at the same time, they're not like, they don't rely on that fence to keep out everything or, to attract anybody. Like, I feel like you will be more so of like, you'll have your fence up, but at the same time, it's like you're just being very, very particular about the situations and the next things that you allow to come into your life, Cancer. And so that's really good energy too, because this is the 9 of Pentacles, so it's almost the 10, so it's like it's almost the end. So it's like, Cancer, I just feel like for a lot of you coming through the second half of September, you're actually gonna have to be faced with this decision really, really soon. Are you gonna remain guarded, or are you going to start releasing burdens? This ace right here would be the next one, would be the next 10. It would be the one to make your 10, but guess what? You're guarded. You're introspecting. You're not necessarily open to the new experience because you are, trying not to disrupt the current status of things. And this is crazy. It's like the 8. You're not really happy with the way that things are going, so you have your guard built up and you're denying your 10th. So 8, 9, and that's supposed to be 10. Let's make that 10. Okay, Cancer. So I show the Prince of Pentacles, and the Prince of Pentacles is in reverse. So with the Prince of Pentacles here being in the upright position, this is normally talking about somebody coming towards you, or a situation that is very substantial, that may be starting off small, but it is coming towards you at a very slow pace, but it is steady and it is for you, right? And it is solid and it's not that movable. However, it does take a while for you to get it, or it has been taking a while for you to get it. With it here in the reverse, I just want to make sure, I just want to say that I feel like while you are, protecting and having your guard up, that's like, again, that's you denying this person this opportunity, right? Because with this 9 of Wands, this is having your guard up. With that 10 of Wands, you could be, blocking the person that's coming forth for you, to help relieve you of someone's, or you might be blocking, a great situation that may, like a great fortune that could be, that could eventually build up to get you to a point to where you don't have to be so watchful and so stressful, Cancer. So this is actually some pretty deep energy, Cancer. I just want to get some additional information by clarifying. Just want to clarify a couple of cards for Cancer here in this reading. Let's clarify the 6 of Swords here with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Let's get some clarification on that together. Why are both of these cards showing up in reverse? Why is the Ace of Wands at the root of why you don't want to move forward? Cancer. Oh boy. So we got the King of Pentacles, okay? So with the King of Pentacles here, I'm just really feeling like there is somebody that is in your environment, with it coming out here on top, between the Ace and the 6 of Wands. 6 of Swords, I just feel like, this person in your environment, like it could be a father, or for some of you, it could be your spouse. It could be, it doesn't have to be necessarily a man, but it just could be somebody that is an authoritative figure, maybe even a boss for some of you. I just feel like right now, they may like make all the decisions and they may call all of the shots, and they may have you feeling as though, you would be neglecting your responsibilities or your duties, to have to, to go pursue other ventures. I feel like this person, usually they do see the value in a lot of things, but right now this person, or this person is how can I say it? This person definitely usually is very grounded, and so that could be the reason why, you know, maybe they just don't necessarily understand, you know, your passion that you're neglecting, because, you know, they have certain expectations. And I feel like, you know, they are expressing these expectations of you in a way that just make you feel like you have to stay very stagnant. And here with the next card coming out, that I really was just kind of shuffling and not really asking for a particular card, but I did, this card Judgment did fall out. And what this is telling me here is, Cancer, this is telling us that you really have to just make an assessment of the situation that you're in, and you're going to basically just really have to call to the carpet everybody in your life, or everything that you've done in your life that has led you up to this point, and just really make a judgment call about what is the better move for you. If you want to stay in this stagnant energy, then okay, Cancer, that's fine. But, you know, with this comes, you know, like a lot of emotional distress and disruption, because, you know, you could be moving to calmer waters, but now, you know, you wanted to stay in those rough waters here. And I just feel like with this person here, you know, they may not necessarily understand the reasons why you want to move, but it is your, you know, it's your right to express exactly what it is that you want and what it is that's going to make you happy, Cancer. So for a lot of you, this is just saying, you know, it's really just time to just really review up to this point where you are and what's not making you happy. And once you're able to do that, I don't see any reason why you won't be able to reverse this and that back around, and then you'll have your 8, 9, and your 10, and then bam, you know, that's the end of a cycle right there, Cancer. So a lot of you could be approaching the end of a cycle, it seems like, which is good, depending on how you look at it. All right, some additional added advice, Cancer. I got the Caucasus, or the Caucasus. Jesus. South Carolina Public Schools. Sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Anyways, you will receive news from afar, okay? So again, this is coming like with that 8 of Wands in reverse, or with it being upright. Normally that is back and forth communication coming from afar, maybe traveling. Feel like you may even be having somebody come in from afar, maybe a close friend, or maybe somebody that you had a more romantic relationship with. I feel like there's a lot of healing with this as well. And this is just added support for you, Cancer, because, you know, you already have to deal with, you know, calling up, you know, the things that you have to deal with, and, you know, realizing your own dreams, and, you know, the things that necessarily aren't making you fulfilled. Okay. And this is crazy because look, we have the same symbol here, but usually, you know, but right now it's reversed. So right now, I just feel like a lot of you could be dealing with like maybe a broken heart, or maybe just the fact of you knowing that you're giving up on your hopes and your dreams to satisfy the status quo here. I just feel like some of you, you know, just realize that's just not making you happy, and it's actually even kind of breaking your heart, and even maybe even causing resentment towards the people that you are choosing to stay in this relationship for, or to stay in this situation for. But with this card here, I'm showing here that you will be receiving news, maybe of better opportunities, maybe better situations. A lot of you will be even maybe meeting somebody that will allow you to heal and move on and help make the decision a lot easier. And then for some of you, you may even just be coming into the own realization of what you need to do on your own, and just, you know, getting yourself through actually moving past what you feel could be causing you resentment, and going forward towards your dreams. You feel like, you know, that is going to be what begins the healing process for a lot of you. So Cancer, this has been an all in all great read. Thank you so much for watching Luminant Libra, and I'll see you guys in October. Have a good one.